What is going on, internet world? It's your boy Do It With Dan, back and again in the garage with another motorcycle build series. No need for a crazy intro, you guys know what this build's about. We've got like 3 major little things to do. Major little, does that even work? We've got 3 little medium things to do today. These are going to be the last 3 steps I need to do before I take this bike and get the carb adjusted, just because I'm pretty bad about carbs, so I'm taking it to a friend of mine who knows about carbs. But we're going to do 3 to 4 things today, and those are going to be the last steps before I break this bike down, get everything painted and it'd be done. Let me just be clear about this. The first step absolutely kills me to do. I don't want to do this, but I had a weird epiphany last night, so I'm going to do it. I don't know why, but last night I decided that I needed to get a new one, and I did, and it came today, so I'm going to do it. People have spoken. Ready to go back on the bike. And there you go, that was probably the most disliked thing about this bike, I hope anyway. So now I've got a round headlight. I basically gave in to peer pressure, but it is what it is. Next we have to put a chain adjuster on here. This is going to be iffy. I've never used a chain adjuster, so I need to put one of those on here to kind of just make everything easier for me. And then I'm going to replace the front tooth sprocket with an even bigger front tooth sprocket to get a little bit more top end. A lot of people ask, how light is this bike too? And just for the sake of conversation, this is how light it is. Now, I ordered this little chain tensioner offline. It actually ended up being a lot bigger than I anticipated, but I think I'm still going to be able to use it. It's just how I'm going to use it is the confusing part. I've never used one of these, and trying to find a spot on this bike is going to be a little bit challenging, but I think with enough patience I'll be able to do it. I'm also going to remove these back pegs. I don't need them anymore, and I might even remove this rear brake altogether and try to put it on the other side, because that's all this is a rear brake. Maybe a handbrake, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Now, because the axle is so long, because of this actual rear brake, I'm going to use this adapter that actually came off my buddy's like 1998 Mercedes-Benz Flex Disc that they use in the transmission. I'm just going to put that right there, and look at that. It snugs up the threads, and then I can just bolt this shit right back on. So basically, the way an automatic chain tensioner works is that they come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. Some of them have like skateboard wheels. Some of them just have these little rubber grommet. It all depends on how expensive you want to go. You can spend $200 on a chain tensioner. You can spend $8. It's ridiculous. I hit the middle ground at about 25 bucks on one of these. Basically, there's a spring in here that tightens the chain or puts tension on it, so you don't really have to adjust it. And it's really convenient when you're working with bikes like this, specifically because the bike is a piece of shit. But we should be able to just slap this on, and this will basically solve all of our chain issues, and then you can just tighten it regularly later. This particular one sandwiches around the swing arm, so basically these 4 bolts compress this piece of plate around the swing arm. Now I could do it a couple different ways, but I think I'm just going to go with that way like that. It should be pretty easy and it should do the job. Now I'm replacing the 14 tooth sprocket with a 15 tooth. And since it's loose, I can just kind of like, it's not the same size. No, it's not. Son of a dick. There goes $8.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no. Freaking dickheads over in China jerking me around here. I have another one in the mail, so hopefully that's the right one. Now we need to put the chain tensioner on. I think the best way I'm going to do this is going to be like this, and push it down from the top. There you have it. Chain tensioner is on, runs smooth, and doesn't look totally bad. It's not exactly small, but once the frame's painted black, it'll match right in. And now we have permanent tension across the chain, don't have to worry about adjusting as much. Basically, all I've done is modify my old RAM mount for my CBR 1000 to use as my speedometer mount for my Harley thing. And of course, I can either do it like this, or if I want to, I guess I could do it sideways, which I kind of prefer anyway. I prefer the sideways look. So we'll wrench that down and do sideways. There we go. Digital speedometer. Boom. Looks good. So that wraps up the last little bit of finishing touches that this bike gets before I take it to paint. The last thing that I need to do to this thing is get the carburetors tuned and adjusted, which I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to take it to a friend of mine who's going to help me adjust the carburetors off camera. There's no point in watching that. It's going to be an aggravating, annoying process, and it's not going to provide for much content. The next thing you'll see from this is a small time lapse of me breaking the bike down and back down to basically nothing, dropping the motor all again, dropping the wheels. Then I will go clean the bike, and then I will take it to get painted, and then at that point it will just be reassembly. And then obviously the reveal video. I'll be uploading the reassemble after I upload the reveal, just so I don't spoil it with the reassemble. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, I probably did, but I decided to go with a different color than the olive drab green with this tank and some other accents, so I'm going to keep that a secret too, so you'll just have to see it when I release it.